Hi, everyone, and thank you so much for joining to watch this video and to learn more about the Haida Gwaii Institute and the course that I'm teaching for them. Thank you to the Haida Gwaii Institute for giving me this opportunity to teach and learn again with their institute. This will be my second time teaching ecological economics, and I'm really looking forward to it because even online, I've felt like a part of a really supportive group of people. I teach this ecological economics course within the semester of social and ecological change, which means that rather than being based in math or economic theory, the course foundations come from systems thinking and innovation and thinking differently about change. Before I go too much further about the course, I'd like to recognize that I'm joining from within 10 kilometers of the Grand River in Kitchener-Waterloo, which means I'm on the Haldimand Tract. This is an area of land that was granted in 1784 to the Six Nations, and it's now the neutral territory of the Anishinaabe and Haudenosaunee people. We have a really active land back movement here, which you can read more about at landbackcamp.com. For this presentation, I'm going to talk about myself, introduce the ideas and foundation of ecological economics, explore how the course approaches ecological economics and what we will learn, and then look at how we would learn that together in the course. Above all else, I am a mom to Nora and Logan. That's Nora in the picture. And I got my PhD at the University of Waterloo in social and ecological sustainability. I'm really involved with a few ecological economic institutions and places of research, such as the Canadian Society for Ecological Economics, Economics for the Anthropocene, Waterloo Institute for Social Innovation and Resilience, and I'm the editor of Challenges in Sustainability, which is an open source journal. My current main job is as development officer with the Ecological Footprint Institute at York University, where we produce the ecological footprint and biocapacity accounts that were established by Mathis Wackernagel and Bill Rees in the mid-90s. And of course, I am a lecturer with the Haida Gwaii Institute. So the work that I do in this course starts from the idea that we are in a predicament right now where climate change and environmental issues are increasingly important, and that we have a choice to make. That humanity has not just one, but some choices to make. And those choices are going to make this little earth here either fall, it's going to fall over this cliff no matter what, but our choices are going to pave out different pathways either towards the unsafe future or a safe and just planet. And I would like it to go towards a safe and just planet, and so would ecological economics as a discipline as a whole. Our current economy is organized around perpetual expansion and accumulation of wealth and of stuff on a finite planet. So ecological economics is it's modern, it's new, but it's a restrained form of consumption and production and relationships. It looks at the economy as a series of relationships around livelihood to try and make people happier and reduce efficiencies and slow people down and improve well-being. While our current economy encourages the opposite of all of that, our economy is organized around growth. People aren't necessarily happier. We see all kinds of different kinds of pathologies, mental health issues, inequalities, poverty, people not being happy that they work. And this is all built on a really extractive relationship with nature, because nature isn't a part of the equation in modern economics. It's just this relationship between the producers and the consumers, what producers are making and how consumers buy them. The environment isn't even considered in this relationship. Ecological economics takes a bigger picture view to focus on sustainability and well-being instead of growth. So it places the economy and society within the bounds of the environment. So everything we do in the economy needs to fit within both society's limits and the environment's limits. So society's limits might be that the economy can't produce severe inequalities. So that's a societal limit that we have because we don't want some people to live very poorly. And then those additionally, an additional qualification factor of everything that happens in the economy is that it has to be good for the environment. Within ecological economics and degrowth, I focus on a few specific areas that are overarching themes within this course. And I've added degrowth here, which is a slightly different topic, but they're kind of sibling disciplines. And I'm going to talk a lot about degrowth in this course. The first area that we'll look at in this course quite a lot is production. How do we produce goods is a really big question. And one of the things that interests me are makers, local production, tool sharing, and maker spaces. There's this whole network of people who are resisting mass production and overproduction by bringing means and soul back into the process of producing things. A second is in Indigenous ecological economics. We'll look at the ways in which we learn from community scholars at Haida Gwaii and what we learn from, the community scholars, how those align or don't align with different ideas in ecological economics. I've learned a lot since the last time I ran this course, and there's a lot of different things that, that complement one another, from the way that, that community scholars are explaining life on Haida Gwaii, and in how ecological economics sees kind of ways in which we should move towards a more harmonious relationship within the environment and society. I also have a focus on efficiency and growth, questioning efficiency and growth as the primary motivator for the economy, because this has really left reproductive labor, such as the work of mothers, volunteers, and women behind. The work that's done in the commons and in the household, so the commons is spaces that we're all in together, is really devalued because it's not producing a lot of money. So in this course, we look at how ecological economics revalues the care economy and the work that's often vital for our communities to thrive, but unpaid on primarily the backs of women. We'll also look at how small communities have integrated ecological economics. Every class will either have a community scholar who will come and who we will learn with, or it will have a case study about something happening around Canada, so that we can talk about how to bring ecological economics into action rather than just talking about theory alone. You don't have to have any economics for this course. I have never taken an economics course except for ecological economics. You do not need an economic or math background to succeed in this course. Instead, this course is for anyone who's interested in how politics influence our economy, the history of economics and social systems and how those emerge together, movements that are challenging that history and those politics, so degrowth, the commons, environmentalism, and who are just interested in envisioning a new kind of society for the future. We will learn about the history of the economy in modern society. We'll learn about social and environmental implications of that history. And then, of course, we will learn about ecological economics, some of the basic tools of the discipline, and how ecological economics connects to other aligned disciplines, such as environmental justice and degrowth and other heterodox economic disciplines. And we'll do some future gazing. So what does the future look like when it's framed in an ecological economics view? And how then do we take that frame and work backwards to how do we start now to get there? How do we apply ecological economics? As I mentioned in the beginning, I take a systems thinking approach. And so I use an iterative group assignment through the whole class where you build on it as we go through. And so it's meant to build on your successes and make sure that you succeed through the whole thing. We meet for 2.5 hours twice a week in synchronous sessions. We use half an hour of that time where you just listen to me talk about these interesting things. Half an hour is led by you, the student, to facilitate a discussion with us all. 40 minutes of some kind of experiential learning, either with a community scholar or by looking at case studies or some hands-on work, and then time to work with your group on that cumulative group case study. You are graded on your participation in different ways, not just in being able to speak, but in different ways, such as discussion boards. There's student-led facilitation, the group case study, as I just mentioned, and in how you help us and how you contribute to co-production of learning. So the different things that you bring, whether that's just links to interesting ideas, stories, whatever it is, just that you are also contributing as well. If you have any questions, you can feel free to contact me. I'm happy to chat. My email is katiekish@gmail.com, and I hope to see you in the course. Thanks so much.